How's it going, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and welcome to the show where we talk about all of the greatest and latest updates in cryptocurrency news. And of course, it's a pretty refreshing day. A couple nice billions getting added to the market cap, which of course is a pretty nice indication that 2019 could be off to a pretty interesting start, as we are still relatively early in the year. It's pretty exciting to see this sort of attention coming into the space. And when we want to talk about cryptos like Holochain in particular, well, most of the world is still struggling to get caught up and up to date to blockchain technology. Holochain is essentially working to overtake blockchain before the revolution even begins, which essentially I think is a pretty interesting thing when we want to talk about Holochain and really what this crypto could stand to do in terms of bringing a complete and total reconsideration to the cryptocurrency space. So when we're talking about this crypto, we're currently ranking in the number 29 position. Whenever we see a bunch of money getting pumped into the cryptocurrency space, it's always important to pay attention to the top performers. Of course, today, at the current time of making this video, we've got EOS, and of course, Aura, Wax, Bitcoin Gold, of course, Holo ranking among the top performers, which of course is an interesting indication of what the mentality is behind the scenes and how people are really perceiving this sort of stuff as these developments are happening. Of course, later on, we're going to be making a video talking about these other cryptos on the list, Cardano in particular, and how the space is really being shaped right before our eyes. And this is also coming as a interesting time while we're also seeing Holochain basically gains Binance Coin and Tether pairing on Binance's exchange. Of course, Binance being a well received exchange, it's definitely a interesting indication of some big steps moving forward. I know a lot of people wanted me to speak on this, and I think that it is. So HOT is currently trading at 0.0014 USD, then February 18th, representing a 6.15 increase in price in the past 24 hours. The HOT token is all-time Satoshi price January 28th. Of course, when we want to talk about Holochain, I think this article did a pretty interesting job. I'll let you guys go and check this out on your own, but just to give you an idea, Holochain blockchain process agent-centric agreements and consensus mechanisms across a decentralized platform. The platform focuses on total decentralization through the agent system. And of course, when we want to talk about cryptocurrency, it's always music to my ears to hear people talking about decentralization. I always sort of get a sour taste in my mouth whenever people are talking about the dirty word centralized, which is certainly something that is meaning a lot in terms of the current paradigm and the paradigm shift, and really what people are expecting to see from the internet in this new day and age. So when we're talking about Cardano, we're talking about all these different possibilities for cryptocurrencies in particular that could posit a fundamental shift to the way that people perceive the internet. I think Holochain certainly is interesting crypto, especially at this current time where we're seeing a lot of these different platforms, such as Facebook, such as all these different platforms that are in charge of so much data, but it's a centralized storage of that data, which essentially is sort of a flawed mechanism when you really think about it. And Holochain definitely posits a interesting expansion upon that, which is sort of something that's painfully relevant to the current system. So when we're talking about peer-to-peer, it's really an unprecedented possibility that could emerge from Holochain and a lot of these different technologies. So I'm excited to be making this video. excited to be discussing this sort of stuff. As we've been seeing, Holochain has been getting a lot of interesting attention lately. And of course, this is all coming at a time where cryptocurrency is sort of undergoing a pretty interesting redemption. Of course, when we're talking about the current state of affairs, I mean, we have the banks making some significant moves behind the scenes. And I think that this is definitely a pretty interesting start. One of the big things that we have to take into consideration when it comes to Holo is going to be use cases. Realistically, it's going to be getting these cryptos actually being used in real life, which is a significant hurdle that needs to be jumped. And Holo definitely represents a big aspect of that. So Holochain, blockchain, of course, we want to talk about up and coming open source framework for building fully distributed peer-to-peer applications. Holochain has recently made it a habit to release Dev Plus updates. These updates usually contain useful footnotes describing what the project's developers have done since the last update. These are pretty helpful. I think this is an interesting tweet, interesting quote that we have right here. This will make H apps feel as lively and responsive as traditional service-based apps without the processing and network overhead of our previous prototypes or the glacial pace of blockchain consensus. So definitely, when we're talking about this new paradigm, we definitely need to talk about cryptos like Holochain that could completely and totally steal away a lot of the attention when things finally get going. And this is definitely one of those cryptos that's certainly on my radar moving forward. We're talking about Bitcoin will do what banks think email did to the postal industry, and that's pretty funny when you think about it, because I think that sort of encapsulates what's happening right now. The fact of the matter is that money, the internet, and all these things are intrinsically connected hand to hand, and a lot of society really hasn't caught up to how easy things can function and how unnecessary a lot of these different things that we just go through the motions of because we're sort of stuck in the past. But cryptocurrency and blockchain technology offer several solutions to the issues that third world countries and developing world face. I think that's also an interesting way that they've been getting cryptocurrency into the minds of people, because a lot of these cryptos, and Holochain included, definitely do represent big opportunity on the world stage to really bring that interconnectedness together, which is also something that's a good indication of what we can expect. And is the bear market over? Well, perhaps it could be, and it also might not be. So of course, remember, we have to Bitcoin is a fraud. I regret saying that. Welcome to JPM coin. That's sort of an interesting indication of what's happening right now. I think the paradigm shift is well underway, and little by little, step by step, we're definitely seeing cryptocurrency taken more seriously in the space, and it's definitely interesting to keep an eye on these altcoins that have a lot of potential. So basically, Holochain's an interesting crypto from my perspective. Obviously, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, this video is for, obviously, it's just my opinion. And if you guys are interested in connecting with us, you can do so. It's at CryptoTuber, of course. Always interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Make sure that you guys comment down below, letting us know what you think. Obviously, though, remember, and this is also an interesting article right here, the 10 hedge fund managers 7.7 billion in 2018, according to the inaugural ranking of hedge fund managers of news outlets Bloomberg. The top 10 highest earning hedge fund managers made about 7.7 billion. Pretty big number there. Type of numbers that definitely draw a lot of attention, even in this current market. But yeah, let me know. Do you guys think that we're coming to the end of the bear market? Do you think that this could be the beginning of the end for USD and the beginning of a new dawn of BTC? And definitely Holochain, worth checking out. Definitely a very interesting project when you get down to the bare bones of what cryptocurrency really represents and how the new internet is just unfolding before our eyes. It is truly incredible. Now it's interesting to see all these different developments, and it's certainly giving Zuckerberg a run for his money. The way that Holochain has made a lot of these different possibilities known, so certainly something to keep on your radar. But all that being said, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Obviously thumbs up, comment down below. Always interested in hearing your perspective. All that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.